Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello, we are from Group 2. My name is Muhammad Arif bin Hamdan.
I'm Fonina Naminen.
And I'm Jessica Evangeline here.
Today, we will be sharing an analysis about a short story we chose on the internet called Two Stubborn Women by Piper May. We will begin with the problem faced and start with the terminology. This is the most common issue encountered during the translation of the source text because it contains little terms in the overall context of the document, which is terminology. According to the Oxford Advanced Learner Dictionary, terminology is the set of technical words or expressions used in a specific subject. Furthermore, this translation process is known as technical translation. Based on the acronyms and terms mentioned in this paragraph, it was difficult to translate technical terms such as petrichor into the target language because there was no official translation term for it. The term is defined as present order that frequently accompanies the first rain after a long period of warm, dry weather.
Next, literal translation or word-for-word translation. It is a translation of a text done by translating each word separately, regardless of how the word is used together in a phrase or sentence. One sample of the translation technique applied is shown in the slide. We did not face any problems in using this technique. It's just that this technique is not applicable to the whole text, as some of the phrases or sentences will sound weird.
In the targeted text, the word plan is used to describe the lacking features or characteristics of the house. However, the word plan also means something else, which are tasteless or unseasoned food or drinks and also showing no expression. Whereas in Malay, the word plan, when translated, becomes hambar. To simplify, these two words bring the same meaning and also have the same other meaning of the word. As for copula in the source text, it's so ugly is used to represent the house's feelings of dissatisfaction and anger. When translated to Malay language, the text becomes ia sangat bodoh. Here, it doesn't change the meaning of the text at all and still maintain its originality. The word it's or when prolonged, it is becomes ia when translated to Malay.
Next, we have plurality. The problem of plurality arises when a translator is unsure whether the source language declares a subject or to be plural or singular. In the target language, it was not that difficult to translate the plural form of the source text. In the Malay language, there is no need to specify the plural as to it, as the word choice of the translated text is general, therefore it refers to its plural form. We agree to remain in that way without adding the word banyak.
In English, phrase structure rules are a type of rewrite rule used to describe a given language syntax and are closely associated with the early stages of transformational grammar. They are used to break down a natural language sentence into its constituent parts and also known as syntactic categories, including both lexical categories and phrasal categories. Polygrammal technique is introduced, and during the process, sentences will be grouped into an adjunct, a subject, a post-subject, conjunction, and a predicate.
Finally, cultural issues. Sociolinguists define culture as practices, language systems, beliefs, values, communication, and practices that people share in common and that can be used to define them as a collective. Aside from that, culture refers to the material objects that are shared by a particular society or group. As a result, there may be several issues with translating one's document into another language from a cultural standpoint, as different languages have distinct and cultural aspects from one another.
As for the translation technique and procedures by Vinay and Darbinet's model, we applied the borrowing, modulation, adaptation, and transposition techniques. For instance, for borrowing technique, the word camera, when translated, it is still called camera. Next, my neighbor turned red. After applying the modulation technique, it becomes jiran saya pertama kurang. Then you look absolutely fucking crazy. After applying the adaptation technique, it becomes anda kelihatan benar-benar gila. Lastly, ugly t-shirts. When translated, it becomes kemeja tea, and that is all from us. Thank you.